This week on Travelling Planet Earth, we leave the colour and noise of the Cebu City Sinulog Festival and start our island hopping experience of the Cebu Islands. It's a quick ferry ride, a tuk-tuk, and then straight into the blue water of Panglao.
Well, we're all packed. It's the morning of Sinulog. We're looking out. We've been told that there could be a couple of million people in the streets today. We've got to get a ferry to Panglao. So we're waiting for our grab, and hopefully it's not a 3-hour trip for 3 kilometres that we've been told, but we're going to find out. So we got close to the pier. Probably about 400 metres. We got dropped off, you couldn't get through the barrier. So now we're just going to walk down to the pier, probably grab some breakfast. We're here a couple of hours early now, but it's better than sitting in the traffic for 3 hours. So I can see Pier 1 down here, and this is the reason that we left early, and we got to grab very early for our boat leaves at 10:45. We left at 7:30 because we just knew we'd have to walk through this. And what we can do now, hopefully, is drop our bags off and then come back and have a look at this. The reason why we didn't come to Sinulog, originally we were a week out, our travel plans slid. We happened to be here, but we had ferries and flights and all that booked, but we got to see a little bit of what it's like. So I've just asked a couple of locals, and it looks like we've appeared to get here just as the Jesus child is being delivered on one of the boats which reenacts the original Magellan bringing the child to the heads of Cebu, the king and queen, back in 1500s. And it looks like the thing is to have your Jesus child replica here, bring it down, wave to the boat coming in.
But we need to leave Sinulog and head out to the Cebu Islands.
It's pretty busy down here, but there is a lot of room. It looks like there's a 25 peso per person terminal fee, so $1.15, something like that, nothing major. So we're at the check-in counter, one person in line. Lynn can go straight to the baggage counter, check in, a couple of hours to wait. But our pass lets us get back out, so we're going to go wander out in the streets and see what's happening there. Because we're here 3 hours early, we just thought we'd check if we can get on an earlier boat. You never know, we might be able to get on. That'll save a wait, but we'll get on the other end earlier. Nothing will be ready, but saves standing around in a ferry terminal. Okay, so it's already full. So it looks like we're going to have to go grab something to eat and wait for the next ferry. I always think that travel days are probably the most expensive day. So this is like airport food in the Philippines. You've got, I think it was 600 pesos, which is about $15 Australian. Hot dog, toasted sandwich and 2 coffees, but yeah, that's what you have to pay on the travel days. Especially when you're in like a port or a terminal and that type of thing. I'm just keeping it real. 3 hours wait. Wasn't too bad, but the boat's here, it's on time, it's not raining. It's a little bit cloudy, but hopefully it all changes by the time we get to Panglao. I think once we get to Panglao, we've also got to get a taxi. That'll take an hour to get down to the bottom of Panglao, but we should be there pretty quickly. 2 hours on this boat. Seas look pretty calm.
Island life.
Yeah. 6 weeks of island life coming. Yep. Well, the ferry's about to leave. I've just come upstairs, have a look at what the seating's like here, but we've actually got business class, which is the air-conditioned place just in front of us through that door. The reason we got business class is because we are travelling, we've got that 20 kilos luggage each, so it came with the fare, so we just use that. It's only a 2-hour trip, should be quite easy, but it's not too bad up here. Hardly anyone sitting in this area. Get a nice breeze, I suppose, once we're going. Might come back up here later and have a look as we go down the side of the island.
The ferry was fitted out with standard below and business class upstairs. The main difference is that the toilets are upstairs and you get 20 kilos luggage allowance with that business class. That outside area that would be good to sit in gets locked and access is near impossible once the ferry starts moving. The only negative we had with business class, the air conditioning, it was absolutely freezing. So it's a 2-hour trip, pretty calm seas, and just a little bit overcast.
Getting off the boat, it's noisy, it's loud, the engines are going, and it's a mad scramble to get to your bag. Bit of a free-for-all. So as you get out of the ferry terminal, if you haven't already booked transport, you'll have a number of scalpers here, transport people all offering rides. Yeah, they started at 1,000, we got down to 500. That's probably still way over. I was quoted 200 to 600 on a taxi. Depends what's here, depends how busy it is, I suppose. Just do your homework before you get here on the prices, or as we're doing, share with some other people. So we'll just have a quick look through our room. We've just checked in. A little bit of building works next door, but it looks pretty manual. I don't think there'll be too much noise from that. So let's head in. So first thing is we've got air conditioning. That's perfect. We've got a fridge. And for this one, we've got a week's stay. Fantastic. We've got a toaster. We probably won't use the microwave, but the convection plate may get used. We like doing our breakfast and lunch and then go out for dinner. Big fridge, TV not needed. Got a work desk. We have got a fair bit of stuff to catch up on here. Plus Lynn does work Monday to Friday, so that'll be fantastic. Wi-Fi, aircon, double bed. And I think this just looks over a bit of a park or playground, water tower and park out the back. So this side should be very quiet. So I'm pretty happy with this. $42 a night. I think it's like $290 for the week for us. We've also got some storage. Let's have a look at the bathroom. So we've got the toilet, mirror, shower, but that's perfect. Thank you. So we've just caught the tuk-tuk and we've got off at the top of Alona Road, just where McDonald's is. From there, you can walk straight down to Alona Beach. This is where you've got a lot of restaurants up in this area, but you've also got a lot down on the waterfront. So we're gonna have a look down there, see what's in this street and go hit the beach. So it's a very easy 2-minute walk from down the top of the street, So it's a very easy 2-minute walk from the top of the street. And when you get down to the beach, you've got a T intersection where you can go right where it's a bit quieter, or left up to the resort area, which has a really nice beach to swim on. So you can see from here the sand's nice and white, looks very compact, looks like that hard beach to walk on and lay on. The water itself, crystal clear, you can see straight through it even from up here, but there is a little bit of weed on the beach and it is quite a thin beach. But looks like a little piece of paradise. One thing they do seem to be doing a lot here is this beach wall. They're building it all the way down. I don't know if it's always been here, but it's 3/4 complete. And right down the other end, where we're going to go later, where the resort end is, you'll see that they're putting a lot more down that end. I see they're probably just future-proofing, but it does look good. It's got a nice curvy design to it, stairs going down, etc. Hopefully the engineering side of it lasts a few decades. One thing I have noticed is they've built into this seawall a lot of accessibility areas, so it is quite easy for everybody to get down to the water. Just while I was standing here filming the resort beach, a bit of commotion with the collapsing of the bank wall here. They're doing this construction down this end. It looks like while people were sitting at the restaurant, the whole bank came down. No one's been injured, but close call. Suppose you've got to do a bit of damage to make progress. So just behind me, you've got the Henham Resort, and this is the main area down this left-hand turn from that street that comes down, where most people come down onto this white sand beach. You can sit in front of the resort. And it's probably one of the better swimming areas, and it's got a lot more beach on it. The resort does have specials where you can use the pool, you can eat at the resort, or for a cost, but that is available to you if that's what you'd like to do rather than just be on the beach. A lot of people just use 7-Eleven or a lot of those smaller cafes that we walked past as we came up the beach. So as you're sitting on the beach or walking around town, there's two main tours that people will try to sell you. The first one is the island hopping tour, but we're not going to do that. We may do that on Seguigor, Sneaky Door, Sikihor. That's what it's called, Sikihor. I keep getting it wrong. And the other one is the countryside tour of Bohol. Now we're going to do that tomorrow, so that'll be next week's episode. So keep a lookout for this one, and that'll be the trip around Bohol. And then the island hopping tour, maybe from Sikihor. I'll get it right eventually.
Okay, so this one looks a bit dodgy, but because we're using Wise, I'm comfortable using it. If I was using my bank card, I wouldn't use this one, but so here we go.
So here's the street. It's a bit quiet at the moment, but we're going to come back later at night and I'll show you with the night camera what it looks like. So let's get the night camera out and see what the night's all about. Down the lanes you'll find bars, restaurants, fire shows. You can even see the luminous lights of Jollibee and Macca's. So that ends this episode in Panglao. Next week we're going to do the countryside tour of Bohol. I hope you join us on that one.